Rude Boys Radio. I am Tony Gaglione,
I'm Ethan Gettemeyer.
and today we're going to talk a little bit about the local sports in Las Vegas, whether it be semi-professional or professional. We're going to give a little love to the lesser-known sports in the town. I would say. Um, we're going to start off with a team that I really enjoy going to see. Got to be real with you. The Vegas Nighthawks indoor football team for me is amazing. Like indoor football, arena football. I used to watch that when I was in Chicago, watching the Chicago Rush, etc. But here in Vegas, I mean, first of all, the presentation is amazing. You've been to a game, correct?
Yes, I have. The presentation as a fan is probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I
Sorry,
I
you were a
really
little low
like
on
how
mine.
they Am I? I can't tell if I'm low on mine either.
You're good.
All right. Yeah, no, the presentation is actually probably top tier in probably all of Vegas sports indoor
Mhm.
wise.
I would say production value on the Vegas Nighthawks is pretty much top of the line. Now they got some players. Uh, DeQuan Neal was a former IFL MVP that they signed last season at the end of the season, which really didn't help them, but he'll probably be the starter this season. They also have Joe Mancuso, who played a couple D2 schools, who's not that bad. But the guy who's really the most popular on the team is Sap Lynch, the
Devontae
beast.
Saplinch?
Sap Lynch, the beast. He plays both
Do you know his
ways.
brother is beast mode, Marshawn? I just
Marshawn.
found that out today.
I wonder if they both like Skittles.
Somebody said that he did an interview seeing how well he knew his knowledge on the Skittles and if he knew the flavors. He did all right.
That's
He
pretty
didn't do the
funny.
best, but
That's pretty funny.
nothing like his brother.
Anyway, Sap Lynch, I don't even think he went to a D1 school um for football. Where did he go?
Uh he went to the University of New Mexico. Uh
Oh, he did. He
Highland
played D1.
No, Contra Costa? Is that a school? Junior college. I'm sorry. Junior college.
Oh, he played JC in New Mexico. That
So is
is a
that
whole different
JUCO?
thing, man. Say what?
Is that JUCO?
Yeah, that's all JUCO. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's like basically like when you see EMCC, um you ever see Last Chance University on Netflix?
Yes.
Those are all JUCOs.
Oh, okay.
JUCOs either you're not the highest rated player, but you still get picked up by a JUCO to prove yourself kind of thing.
Mhm.
Um and a lot of players actually come out of JUCO, make it to D1 and then eventually the NFL. So
Really?
yeah, absolutely. It happens all the
So, is
time.
there a possibility for like these indoor football guys that could get like NFL contracts?
I would say the younger guys have a possibility at it because they can move
Mhm.
around, go to the CFL or now the new UFL, and they got a possibility at it. The older guys, they're just kind of there to keep playing football and making money, and you'll see them every now and then. Vinny Testaverde's son is a quarterback for the Tucson Sugar Skulls. Um, I mean, but overall, I think the Nighthawks in general is a lot of fun, and it's something that I try to go to when I'm not working, but usually I'm working. And let's talk about ticket prices for a minute here.
Well,
So,
before you get into that, really quick, I want to bring up one interesting fact. Did you know that
okay,
Sap Lynch actually went to play in the CFL?
no, what team did
Yeah,
he
he
play
played
on?
for the BC Lions.
The BC Lions. I
Yeah.
man, so that's cool, man. I really wish I would have known that when he was playing, because he's still young. So obviously, I was watching CFL at that time.
Yeah. No, he
But
weirdly enough, he also played professionally in Germany before trying out for the CFL. He
German
played he
football.
played professional football in Germany, and then he had to try out for the Oakland Raiders and the San Francisco 49ers, and then went to BC Lions in the CFL, and then he played in a couple indoor football leagues before he went to the Nighthawks.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting.
Absolutely. So the first game for the Nighthawks is the 31st of March. They will be playing the Sharks, and tickets at the lowest possible price are $24 to sit in the end zones. If you want to sit what they consider the 50-yard line, the 25-yard line, I guess, you're looking at about $48. So for this event, what do you think about those prices?
Oh, I would absolutely pay those prices. The
I'd
best
pay
part
the
is you get to
24.
keep the ball. You
Oh,
get to keep the
if the
ball
ball,
if the ball goes out. You get to keep it.
yeah,
I
that
love that.
that's a really cool rule about indoor football that I
Yeah,
absolutely just love. $24, yeah, that's a no-brainer. DLC prices in general when it comes to concessions and
absolutely.
uh beer, Coke, whatever food, always really good.
Yeah, the beer could be lowered a little bit. I don't really want to pay $16, but I understand for a tall boy, yeah, $16 is a pretty good price. But I think the Golden Knights are more expensive, aren't they?
Dude, yes,
They're like
without
20
a
bucks
doubt.
for a beer. A little more if
Also,
anything.
check this out. We have a new professional women's volleyball federation. So the PWVF or something like that. Our team here is called the Las Vegas Thrill. We had the number one overall draft pick, and we selected Hannah Maddox, who I believe is 6'3",
6'2".
6'2".
6'2".
Um, Either way, this girl has got a serve that rivals a lot of men. Like she comes up, throws the ball a mile high, and don't ask me how her timing gets the ball on the way down, but she rockets the shit out of that ball. This girl's insane when it
So
comes to volleyball.
I'm gonna ask you a volleyball question because I obviously know nothing about the sport. I would love to learn. What is a kill?
A kill. So, when they go up to spike the ball.
Yeah,
Okay, so usually what do you, what's her position?
outside hitter.
Okay, so an outside or inside hitter. Usually, an inside hitter gets a kill. A kill is when they go up to spike the ball, and I'm sorry, that's a dig, and then the inside hitter gets a dig. I believe a kill is a block spike, but I could be wrong. I'm gonna look it up before the end of the day
Okay,
or the
she
end of
was
the show.
ranked third in the conference and 27th nationally in total kills in the Sun Belt Conference.
Maybe a
Uh,
kill is an ace, like in tennis is an
maybe.
ace. Like, yeah, because I was just raving about her serve. So maybe a kill is an ace. Look, I'm not a volleyball expert. I'm not going to pretend to be, but tickets for this thing, wow, the Las
Are they
Vegas Thrill.
reasonable?
And I'm going to tell you because I work the game, so they draw, bro. Like it is a packed house in there. It's like a Henderson
Really?
Silver Knights game, yeah, or even a
Ooh.
Nighthawks game. Yeah, it's packed, but ticket prices come in at $78.
Whoa.
$78.
Ooh.
If I click on the absolute lowest, yeah, I can get $78. But I got to
I
tell
don't
you,
know if I would pay for that.
I mean, I'm not sure if I would pay for that either. Maybe, I mean, it's a really, really great game. When you watch it, it is full of excitement from the time it starts to the time it ends. And these girls are going off and they're diving around the court and they're putting their bodies on the line. It's insane. Like constant point back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And there's not even time to barely put up a replay. When I'm working replay op, I'll be like, oh, it's in gold. Moving on. Point. They already started serving again. Like it's insane. So the only thing I do know is it's first to three sets wins. Are the Thrill good? I don't know. They're kind of average
How
as
long
far
are
as
the
in the
rounds?
league. Excuse me?
How long are the rounds?
It is up to you have to get 25 points to win the
25?
set. Yeah, to win the set, and you have to win by 2. So if
Oh,
you're
hell.
at 24 on your set point and the other team's at 20 and then catches back up and they have 24 as well, you have to now hit 26 because you have to win by
Okay,
2
that's
too.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I like the win by
So
twos.
when it comes down to that, I've seen them go into the 30s because they're just rotating points back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And the set lasts forever. But it's a great game all in all, to be honest with you.
Are
I
they
love that
the
we
same
have
thing
this
that's called like a
mathematics built.
volley?
A volley
Yeah. Is that the same thing?
as
Or is
what?
that a completely different sport? Like
No,
when they're
yeah, they
passing
have
it
a
back and forth, that's a volley, right?
that's a volley, yes.
Okay.
The most
Oh,
basic
well,
volleyball thing, I
volleyball.
believe. Yeah, there you go. Right? I love it,
Oh,
Ethan. Just smoke more
we're-
weed, turtle.
how do I stop my camera?
Shut off the camera.
Oh God.
Um, next thing is our two-time WNBA champion, Las Vegas Aces.
Ooh.
Dude,
Yeah.
wow. Two-time back-to-back WNBA champions. We have a roster that is something of an all-star team. We have Chelsea
Yeah.
Gray, we have Candace Parker, we have Jackie Young, we have Kelsey Plum, who is married to Darren Waller, if you did not know,
Of the New
um,
York Giants.
of the New York Giants. Kelsey Plum just got beat out by Caitlin Clark from Iowa for the most points ever. I don't know how many.
Really?
I don't know how many points Kelsey had. Yeah, I believe you did your research on
In
that.
in college, she had
Yes.
3,527.
Well, that has been broken.
Whew.
Yeah.
I I don't know what Caitlyn has, but that's pretty damn near impressive if that
I
got
mean,
broken.
she
And
broke it with, I believe, more time left in the season, and obviously she's going further in the NCAA tournament, so she's just going to add to it.
is she a
She will end
senior
up.
this year?
I don't know, but she is coming out into the WNBA draft. She'll end
Is
up
she?
on Indiana, I believe, has the number one
Okay.
pick, if I'm not mistaken. I could be. But from what I remember, it's Indiana. So they're gonna get one hell of a player. And I'm sure they'll compete for a playoff spot right away with someone like that on their team.
Absolutely.
Um, it's cool. Kelsey Plum, I believe, set a bunch of records at Washington, not just the scoring records, right?
Yeah, she broke a 33-year-old free throw record at
Free throw
912.
record. What, like
Yeah.
free throw percentage or
No, the
free
record.
throw? Oh, okay. For how many free throws?
Yeah.
She
She
must
has
have drove the lane like
912.
how many?
912.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's a lot of times going to the line, my friend. I
Yeah.
would love to see some of her highlights from college now that
I'm
I've
gonna
seen
find
her
her
play in
highlights.
yeah, I've seen her play in WNBA now and she drives the lane, don't get me wrong, but
Oh yeah.
with the supporting cast around her, she really doesn't need to do that.
No.
Um
She's actually a really good three-ball shooter.
Yeah, absolutely. Her, Jackie Young, and Chelsea Gray, all great 3-point shooters. Um, but someone in the paint who's an analyst, a WNBA analyst, and I had science class with her at Naperville Central. Candace Parker has signed a 1-year deal to play again with the Aces because she got hurt last year, and so she wasn't able to partake in the championship. Let's put it that way.
No,
So,
but she has won 3 titles with 3 separate teams. So, she's pretty good at winning rings.
well, she's won with Chicago. She's won with Los Angeles, I believe.
Yes.
And who's the third?
Technically us.
Oh,
Technically the Aces.
technically, yeah, I guess it's
On
Vegas.
technicality, it was written down.
She also has I believe, more than one national championship at Tennessee under Pat Summitt.
I believe
I
so.
mean, I'm not sure, but I know she has at least one. Because
Yes.
Tennessee and Pat Summitt and UConn and Gino Ariema were like the, button heads, because
Mhm.
UConn had Diana Taurasi at the time, and Tennessee obviously they had Candace Parker and a couple other good players, but they would always meet in the final or the game to get to the final. That's just how it
Really?
went for women's college basketball until Baylor ended up with Brittany Griner. It was all Connecticut, all Tennessee every year for almost a decade, or
Really?
maybe 2 decades. Like, I'm not saying that they won every year, because there was a couple times when they got upset. Obviously, it happens. That's what happens in March Madness. That's why it's called
Mhm.
that. But overall, I mean, Tennessee and UConn dominated women's sports, or women's basketball, um, in the early 2000s. It was insane. But the fact that I went to high school with her did two things. Made me very proud of her when she won all those championships, especially coming home to Chicago to do one. And two, made me feel extremely short, because I had to walk into high school and she walks in the same class and I'm walking next to her doing one of these. And yeah, I'm already short enough as it is. I don't need to make it worse, man. Um,
Made you feel emasculate, huh?
a little bit. I gotta be honest with you. So another local team. Um, I guess local. You could say Henderson is local, correct?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
all
might as
Vegas.
well. It's all Vegas. It's not that big of a place. The Henderson Silver Knights, the obvious AHL affiliate to the Vegas Golden Knights, Stanley Cup champions, by the way. Um,
Trying to go
Henderson
back to
is not
back.
officially well, we'll talk about that if you want in a little bit. Henderson's not officially eliminated from the playoffs, but they are 10 points out, so it doesn't look like they're going to make it.
Really?
Um, yeah, well, I'm going to blame this on the Golden Knights and their slew of injuries that they've had throughout the last couple seasons. That's kind of put a hindrance on the fact that Henderson had good players. Like,
Henderson
if
has really good players,
right, and if guys didn't get injured, they would have more good players right now.
but that's also
They
why you
need
have an ECHL farm system.
also, yeah, that's great, but you're not going to call ECHL guys up to the NHL just so the AHL could play well. Like,
No,
makes
but you
no
could
sense.
call him
And
to
the
the
yeah,
AHL.
I understand how it works, but coming from that up, it's like you're the, small fish in a big pond now.
Right.
Let's be real. It's like going from single A to triple A right
I'm gonna give
right
you
away.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
you're skipping double A, because now you're going from ECHL to right before the show. You know what I mean? Anyway, Um, Yuri Patera hasn't really had a chance to, I guess, flourish, because Logan Thompson and Aiden Hill and Marc Andre Fleury and
Jonathan
God,
Quick.
Jonathan Quick and Robin Leonard have taken up the goalie spots at VGK. Now, he has had a couple games where, I mean, he's had more than a couple games where he's had to come in, and I think he's filled in quite nicely. Don't get me wrong. My question for you is going to be, for all of these people that I'm about to name, is if Yuri Patera was on, let's say, the Ducks, the Hawks, the Sharks, one of the bottom feeder teams in the NHL right
Okay.
now, would he be a starter?
No, only because I don't think he has the experience that he needs right now. I think he only spent like 3 games with Vegas and then the pandemic happened and he went off to
Well, he
Czech
played a
Republic.
couple games this year with Vegas, so
Only a
um,
couple though.
yeah, but I'm saying, man, when he comes in, it's not like he plays bad. His goals against average is solid. Um, his save percentage is pretty good. So I mean, with the goalies you see out there, that you're like, I know this guy, he's not gonna win today. You know what I mean? If you look up left
Mhm.
wing lock, Shout out to them for always giving me the starting goalies for the day. Um, if you look at some of the goalies, you're like, who? Like, why are they starting this guy? His goals against average is like 0.396 or 3.96. Like, what the hell? You're going to start this guy who's giving up 4 goals a game? Way to put your
I
team in a good
wouldn't.
fucking place.
Yeah, especially if you need like a win to make it even into like a wild card position. There's no
Right.
way you would want to start somebody that gives up 4 goals a game. I
Right.
know I wouldn't. If I was the coach, I would. I'd
But
personally want
there's
to start
backups
somebody that
all
gives
around
up
the
like 2
NHL.
goals.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. There's backups all around the NHL with goals against average like that. And I'm not saying they're bad goalies. They might be having bad years. So let's bring some of the kids up and see what they got.
the one goalie that I do want to see brought up really badly is Dustin Wolf out of Calgary.
He's
That
playing with
man, the Calgary Wranglers.
Stockton Heat. Oh,
Calgary
Calgary
Wranglers.
Wranglers. That's right. They're
Yeah, yeah.
different now. I
I
forgot.
want to see
I
him
don't
brought up into the NHL.
I don't pay attention to AHL moves and stuff, but apparently it happens all the time.
Oh yeah,
Like everybody changes. Um, Another guy on the team, Gage Quinney. He's about 26 or something we talked about, I think.
28.
28. Wow, he's getting up
28.
there.
Yeah,
So why hasn't Gage Quinney been called up? He's got solid numbers for HSK.
I think he's been brought up a couple times, but then as soon as VGK gets healthy, then they send him down. But I would like to see him brought up and just stay on the starting lineup. I think that would make his dad proud.
That would
I
be
know that
a
would make everybody from Vegas proud because he was the first Nevada-born, legit Nevada-born player to play in the
right.
NHL.
And you corrected me on that because I thought it was Jason Zucker. But Jason Zucker apparently moved from California and he was a California transplant. This kid, born and raised in Vegas, must have played at the Sobe Ice Arena because at the time, that's all we had over at the Santa Fe.
I
Um,
think he played actually at the Las Vegas Ice Center because he played
that
for
was
the
open then.
Las Vegas Storm. Yeah, I used to play there.
Okay, so he played on the Storm.
Yeah,
That's
his minor
pretty
league team was
awesome.
the Storm. Yeah,
Like I've
I
even
was
watched these
surprised
kids
about that
play.
too because I was. You said what?
I said I watched these kids play. They're really good.
Yeah,
It's a
no,
traveling, like
absolutely.
the only traveling team in Vegas, basically for
Yeah, I
for
think they
hockey.
are the only traveling team.
Maybe the junior Knights are a traveling team now
They might
because
be. I
they
think
have
you're
a
right.
whole system. Um,
I think every
but
NHL team that does at this point.
there's still a few games left for the Silver Knights. They're playing the Bakersfield Condors next, which is the Edmonton Oilers affiliate. And that's on March 29th at 7 p.m. at DLC. Tickets can be as low as $21.
I'll be there.
He's like, I'm
I
already
would.
going.
I would. If it's
Okay,
hockey and for
$21, like,
$20, yeah,
right. $21 is friggin' fantastic, like,
absolutely.
for a hockey game. And the atmosphere, because insider information for you. The Dollar Loan Center is built in the exact replica of a small T-Mobile, including the
Yes.
control room and how it works. So the production team that works at DLC is getting a lot of training on things that when they move up to be VGK, that they'll be prepared for. So when it comes to
Really?
hockey, they take HSK production more serious than anything because you're basically doing a mini show,
Huh.
just like VGK.
That makes sense because the what's his name? Harold the Town Crier. He's like the knight that skates out during
Absolutely.
VGK.
I don't want to
Okay.
bring this up, but Sports Center started with the Golden Knight falling on his butt and hitting his head on the ice during
When
the
was
it
this?
was like 2 days ago. But yeah, that sucks.
Dude, I have to say I love the whoa. I have to say I love the Dollar Loan Center. The atmosphere is way more intimate than anything I've ever seen. I would much rather go see a game at the Dollar Loan Center than T-Mobile Arena. And that's just personal preference because it's so small and you can see everything, and the fact that you can sit close to the ice and you can still be far enough away from the glass that you're not going to come into contact with anything,
Right,
and
right.
you can still sit up high, and it's not going to affect anything. Whereas when you go to T-Mobile Arena, you sit in the 200 section and
You
it's
can't
still
see
kind
jack.
of looking like ants.
Yep,
At least
yep.
at the Dollar Loan Center, you get to see these guys that are 6'2", 6'3", and
Up
standing on
close.
skates, so they're like 7 feet tall, up close.
Yeah, right. When you look at the Nighthawks, you're up close, man. Like if that ball
Yeah.
rockets, there's no net to stop it. You better catch it or it's hitting you in the face.
Yeah.
Um, Players jump into the stands trying to catch the ball. You might get hit by a player.
Oh,
Um,
helmet to face?
it would not be fun.
No, not
I
at all.
remember when the AFL was still around, we had for not even barely a year, it
AFL.
they went defunct before the year ended. It was the Las Vegas Outlaws, and it was owned by Vince Neil from
Oh,
Motley Crue.
yeah!
Yeah. So I went there to work media for Smack Talk Sports, um, with a former partner of mine, and we were sitting next to Steve Carpy from
Mhm.
the Las Vegas Review Journal, and Carpy's
Oh,
like,
okay.
"Man, if my computer gets broken, I'm suing these guys." And I'm like, "'Cause we're right by the wall in the end zone.
Yeah.
So a player can just jump over or whatever and fall right into Carp or me, myself, or the people around us, the media people. But anyway, a football comes rocketing over towards him anyway, and he goes to catch it, and boom, he breaks his hand. It
Oh,
was
no.
Yeah. I mean, it was a perfect spiral, and he went one handed to like try to catch it, and I'm like, this is a bad idea. You heard it. It was gone.
Oh.
Anyway,
At least his
arena
computer didn't
football,
break.
totally awesome at DLC. At least his computer didn't break. There you go. Las Vegas Aviators. I don't know how long they're gonna last. Speaking of things not lasting, we'll get to that last. If you can see my background. Um, I don't know how long they're gonna last with the Las Vegas A's coming to town, but they
You
are
think
there.
they'll move?
I think I, it, what drives me nuts is that there's talk of them being irrelevant when the A's come. However,
I disagree.
this is the fourth year in their existence, I believe, and every single year we've won best ballpark in the minor leagues.
Yeah, our
Every
ballpark is
single year.
top tier.
It's awesome. There's a huge pool in right field. Um, there's not a
Dude, the
bad
ballpark
seat
reminds
in
me of
full
Chase
play.
Field, just without a roof.
It's awesome. It's really
Yeah.
awesome. The atmosphere in there is great. Their next game is against the Reno Aces, and tickets
Boo.
for that you can get for $29. What do you think?
See, and that is why I will support the Aviators, and I will always support the Aviators, is because Vegas needs cheap baseball. You need to have, especially for parents that want to get their kids into baseball.
Yeah,
When the
that's
A's
huge.
come, you're not going to want to pay $100 for your kid to be bored and you leave in the third inning. You
You
want to pay
correct.
$20 for an Aviator game, and what? Third inning, you're bored. All right, let's leave. It's
I
not like
mean,
it's going to waste your money.
truth. Truth on that one. And you get to see some like former guys who
Yeah.
used to play. Like Steven Piscotty used to be on the A's. Now he's on the Aviators. Um, I don't know much about him. I think he was a high draft pick, but
Um,
he didn't play that much with the A's.
he was selected in the 45th round.
45th round? What?
Yeah.
How the hell did he get? How the hell did he have an MLB? I struggle
Well,
with words.
listen. He was
MLB
selected by
career.
the Dodgers, and he opted not to play. So he went and played college ball, and then
Oh,
the
he was
Cardinals
selected out of
drafted
high
him in the
school.
second round.
Okay,
Yes.
so he was that good that he was selected out of high school. He didn't have to go to college.
Right.
He could have played in the major league straight from 18 years old,
Yes.
or
But he
at
opted
least
out.
the affiliates in the low A.
Yes. But he opted
See,
out
I
to
didn't
go
know
play
that.
college ball.
But I mean, $29 for tickets. You're down the third base line in the left field. It's not that bad. You want to sit behind the plate? It's $51.
Oh, perfect.
I mean, that's
I
good
bet the
money.
prices
The
for
price
what was I doubt you would know because I'm sure you didn't look it up, but the price for Big League Weekend had to be cheap as hell too.
they were like 60, $70.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's not bad to see a major league team, right?
Not at all. And it's
And
only
big
spring training. Who cares?
well, it's kind of spring training because big league weekend is kind of like a what do you call it? Like you're getting riled up for the regular season, and you're seeing a
Yeah.
lot more starters play a lot more innings. The pitchers still rotate like crazy because they're still looking for relief pitchers and bullpens and stuff. But um, the hitting, they basically have their starting lineup. If not for one or two rookies, they might be looking at.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Um, last team, last and I guess least, but not least in my heart, is my NBA G League back here. I worked tonight for the G League, and that was my last G League game ever. The last game ever for the NBA G League is against the Lakers minor league club, and it will be at the Dollar Loan Center on Monday, 7 p.m. And tickets can go as low as $6.
Ooh.
Yeah. So they have a hard time putting butts in the seats, even though they got a guy from Arizona, former Wildcat, Gabe York. He played well at Arizona. He's just up in age. They got John Jenkins. He's up in age. He had a decent NBA career, I believe. Who did he play
He
for?
was selected by the Atlanta Hawks in the
Okay.
23rd round.
I do remember. He's a 3-point specialist, basically.
Yes. Yes.
Um, one other guy that this year he's kind of Ron Holland. This dude halfway through the season kind of quit on the team, which really sucked. And he's like, I'm just gonna
Really?
focus on the NBA draft. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where he came from, or anything like that. What do you got?
He was ranked the number 2 player in 2023 out of
It was D
I can't
two.
remember his what
Was
is
it
it?
a JUCO or
I don't know.
it
I
doesn't
can't
matter. I
it's
don't
leaving my
respect
mind.
what he did for leaving the team. Um, he left the team because they're not playing good basketball. Let's face it. So they got smoked again today. It was almost 40 points that they lost by. Um,
So let me ask you a question.
go ahead.
Do you think NBA scouts are looking at players like that and seeing them leave their team high and dry and saying, "That's who we want. We're going to draft him."
That would piss me off if I was a
I would
scout.
be so pissed.
That would piss me off if I was an owner, because it shows lack of loyalty.
Yes.
So it kind of seems like if he got a contract offer from somebody else that was higher, he would totally take it over whoever fucking drafted him. Not only that, he didn't pass the damn ball. The man he was a ball hog. And I'm not going to talk highly of him, but I'm not going to talk that much shit. So the final game, you can sit center court $21. You can sit center court third row $30. Sit in the corners like you do for HSK Ethan for $12, or you can sit behind either basket for $6. I can't see a reason why $6 would be a problem to
Right.
go see basically the future Lakers, the kids from the Lakers, because this is an NBA affiliate team they're playing, and a couple guys that are probably going to go to the league. Matas Buzelis, a guy out of Chicago, tall center, can also shoot a three. He's a Dirk Nowitzki type. He just doesn't have the girth that Nowitzki did. You know what I mean? He's not a big
Yeah.
dude like that. He's real skinny and lanky, like Victor Wanyama.
Does he at least drive the paint?
Yes, strong too. He's gonna go. He might not go lottery, but he might go first round. I'm gonna
You
tell you
think
that
so?
right now. Yeah, we'll talk about it when the draft happens. But shout out to the G League Ignite. Thanks for a couple years of some pretty good basketball. Scoot Henderson, good luck. He went to the Portland Trail Blazers from the NBA G League with the second overall pick. So it's
Good for
not like
him.
we spewed out bad players. We've got 6 or 7 players drafted in 2 years, and I think 2 or 3 lottery picks.
Dude, I
So
remember seeing the G League Ignite on their very first game, and I was excited to go see them. And then
right.
what I think they did is they overpriced themselves throughout the years, and it really kind of hurt them because
Well, this
nobody really
year,
wanted to watch G League.
yeah, this year they dropped to next to nothing. Obviously, if you can't
Pretty much
tell,
now
and
they're
by
just
game
handing them
day,
out.
yeah, by game day, I'm sure they'll drop to less than $5. To be honest with you,
99 cents.
I wouldn't put it past that. It's the last game of the season. We're just going to open the doors at this point.
Probably.
You get more money in concession anyway. But
At this
either
point, just
way,
give away all of your merchandise as well.
wearing the NFHS network short shirt because our new NFHS network affiliate is now mine.
Nice.
We are called At the
Congratulations.
Ballpark Productions. Thank you. And me and Alex will be, I believe you guys will meet Alex one day when he comes on the show as a guest, but we'll be doing 19 games at Bishop Gorman for an invitational all across the country from Connecticut to Illinois. And we're going to have Ethan come out too, and we're going to do some shorts, maybe talk to some cool players who are already drafted by MLB teams, believe it or not. There's 2 or
That'd be
3
fun.
from Bishop Gorman that are already drafted or
Really?
already know that they're going to college. Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty awesome, huh?
Yeah,
So you're going to see
that's
future
really
major
cool.
league players, which is great. I love high school sports and I can't wait to do it, man. Our Instagram QR code is up there in the corner somewhere. I want to thank everybody for listening tonight, talking about the local sports here in Vegas. We're not going to talk Golden Knights. We know about the Golden Knights.
We know about
Will
them.
they? Will they repeat? They look rough right now sometimes. So my answer right now is no. But if they get into the playoffs and do what they did last year, my answer is hell yeah. But right now, I see Vancouver being very strong once Thatcher Demko comes back. And I also see Toronto and Edmonton being a problem. So watch out, Canada.
Yeah, Canada's
Seriously. I mean, all 3 of their
Canada
teams,
might win the
all
cup.
3. They got more teams than 3.
All
But
7.
3 of their teams are just killing it right now and are dangerous
Absolutely.
as all hell. Once again, thanks for listening. I'm Tony Gaglione.
I'm Ethan Gettemeyer.
Rude Boys Radio. We will be back probably tomorrow. We'll let you know. Thanks for watching.